This is Music and Anime. I'm your pianist Ab, and welcome to my mini concert series number 2. Now, I've mentioned in my previous videos that I'd be doing Elfen Lied for this mini concert series, and here we are. I'm really excited about it because Elfen Lied is one of my favorite anime series. So the two pieces I'll be performing for you guys are Lilium, of course, the anime opening, and Promise. So about Lilium, the first time I even heard the piece and how I discovered the anime was through Kayo Landry's arrangement. Now, he's another pianist on YouTube that really inspired me to just practice and play more and all that stuff. He has incredible arrangements. So I'll link his arrangement of Elfen Lied in the description below. But after listening to his arrangement, I looked up Elfen Lied and Lilium because I had no idea what it was. I just knew that the music was really nice. And that's when I discovered it was an anime, and I read the description for the anime, and after the first episode, forget about it. Like I was already hooked and everything. It was crazy. That's how I discovered Elfen Lied, and yeah. Now the composers for the original score are Yukio Kondo and Kayo Konishi. Kayo Konishi is the one who wrote the lyrics for Lilium. Now in the booklet that came with the Steelbook edition, I show the Steelbook edition in my Elfen Lied merch video, so I'll link that too if you want to check that out. Now, in this booklet, they have the fully translated Latin lyrics to English, so I'll put up a picture here, and you can read that, at your own. Now, the singer for Lilium is Kumiko Noma. I've tried looking into other stuff that she has done, and I couldn't find anything under her discography. It was just Lilium that popped up for that. But if you wanted to enjoy Lilium a few different ways, the Grissini Project, they do a cover of it, and the vocalist, she sounds amazing, and the other musicians there are super talented. They do something different towards the end of Lilium. The pianist does a little jumpy thing with it. Sounds really nice. So there's the Grissini Project. There's a Ukrainian all-male choir who sings. It's called, I'm going to butcher this name, so I'm just going to read it here. Choir Dzvinochok, Kiev. I'll link that in the description as well. Now, in the series, you hear an all-male version of Lilium, and the arrangement of that, it's incredible. If I had way more time on my hands, I'd like to sit down and make a full piano arrangement of that male choir version. And another way that you can enjoy Lilium is another arrangement from the composers themselves. Now, it's also in this book. I'll link all of this in the description. There's a mixed choir that they link you to from here, and it has a organ. So it has organ and male and female vocalists in the choir. Sounds really good. So check those out if you're so inclined. Yeah. So the second piece I'm performing, Promise. This is a piece that it's in the anime, but I've never heard it until after listening to the soundtrack. I heard this piece and I was like, what is this? Where in the anime is this piece? Because, when you were watching something for the first time, I was really invested in the characters and the story and what was going on and everything. And the music kind of took a back seat because I was so interested in everything else that was happening. But isolating the soundtrack from that, this really stuck out to me. And what a beautiful piece. It didn't even sound like it was in Elfen Lied. You remember Elfen Lied for the very gruesome and dark nature of this anime. It's a dark fantasy after all, dark fantasy horror. So listening to it, I was like, where is this beautiful music coming from? Like, what? So I checked where this piece was first introduced in the series, and it is immediately in the first episode. After, I guess slight spoilers here, right after Lucy is hit in the head and the helmet comes off and she falls into the ocean, the very next scene, right, in the very beginning, it's incredibly dark and gritty, and we have that whole massacre thing happen. So that's a very dark aspect of this series. And then the very next scene, after she falls into the ocean, it's very lighthearted. It's very beautiful. You see the scenery. You see, everything is complete opposite. And I think that this piece, Promise, is a beautiful balance to the Lilium that we have. It really speaks to both aspects of this series. As I was hearing it, and we'll get to the performances, I promise you. But real quick, as I was hearing it, it reminded me of something else. In my mind, I was like, this sounds like Final Fantasy. Like it had some Final Fantasy tones to it. Or I could imagine this piece in Final Fantasy. So that led me to thinking, what would this piece sound like if Nobou Uematsu made it? So I sat down and I arranged this piece in hopes that it would sound like Nobou Uematsu's take on it. I've incorporated a lot of his playing style into Promise, and I really hope that I really Final Fantasy-ified this piece of music. I'll shut up now, and I'll let you enjoy my performances. So this is Lilium, the opening, and Promise from Elfen Lied. Enjoy. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this mini concert series for Elfen Lied. And I forgot to mention them earlier, but there is a cover of Promise that is an amazing cover. They fully recreated like the original piece. Anyway, so I'll have that in the description below if you want to check them out as well. I really hope that you guys enjoyed that Final Fantasy version of Promise. I'm really proud of that arrangement. Now, bouncing off of that Final Fantasy and Elfen Lied crossover thing with my arrangement, I think it would be really cool to see some Yoshitaka Amano style art with Elfen Lied characters. So kind of like the art version to my, music version of the thing. If you're an artist, if you know an artist or whatever, I think it'd be really cool. We can use the hashtag Elfen Lied X Final Fantasy or Elfen Lied Cross Final Fantasy. So you can send me anything you guys do over on Twitter. I'll have my Twitter right here so you can, send it my way. I would love to see that. If I get enough, I would love to make a video just showcasing all of you guys' awesome art, because that would be really cool. I would love for that to happen. You guys can, help make that happen as well. That'd be really cool. So, if I'm thinking of something, it's like if Final Fantasy VIII, like the title for that, where it says Final Fantasy instead of that, like it says Elfen Lied, and where Squall and Rinoa, they're almost like in Gustav Klimt's The Kiss, like how they use it in the opening, like that with Coda and Lucy, but in that would just be absolutely perfect. So that'd be really cool. Whether that happens or not, we'll see. I would love for that to happen, but I hope that you guys enjoyed this mini concert series and that you look forward to my other videos and the next mini concert series, whenever that'll be. But yeah, thank you.